back to my channel if you are a regular here, or if this is your first time watching my videos, then a very big welcome to you, and I really hope you enjoy it here. So today's video, as you can see from the title and the thumbnail, is going to be quite a large Q&A. So I've had quite a lot of questions come through either on YouTube or on Instagram. So I've just made a note of all the questions and I'm going to answer them all for you today. So there isn't anything that I'm not going to answer. So it might be a long video, but when I asked last time if you like short or long, you either said both or long. So if it's a long video, hopefully you won't mind. So because it might be quite a long one, grab your drinks and your snacks and get comfortable. I've got this mug that I showed you, I think in my last video. It was from B&M and I absolutely love it. I think it was £3 or £3.50, can't quite remember. But yeah, I just think it's so cute. So this is my mug of the moment. Right, so we'll just crack straight on. Let me just have a sip of my drink. Right, put that down. So the first question is from Sandra. How long have you been doing YouTube and what made you want to do it? Just watch me drink. Don't want to knock that over. So I've been doing YouTube since 2019. And what made me want to do it was actually, it was a joint venture in the beginning with my sister Amanda. And it was called in the beginning E&A, because her name is Amanda, E&A Lifestyle. Then I changed my name once Amanda didn't want to do it anymore to Emma's Lifestyle, and now I've evolved to Emmalouise. So it was actually my sister's idea. She said, do you fancy starting a YouTube channel with me? And it's a bit unusual really, because she was the one that started to, wanted to start it. And then she just didn't really have the time, didn't really want to do it anymore. And I said, oh, I'm really enjoying doing it. I want to carry on with it. So I took it over and just carried on by myself. So yeah, it was actually my sister that got me into it. And now I absolutely love it. And yeah, I wouldn't want to stop doing it. So that's when I started and what got me into it, what made me want to do it. Michelle, what is the nicest birthday gift you ever got? And also, do your family mind being on camera? This was quite a difficult one. The nicest birthday gift, I suppose I would have to say, gift-wise, my nicest gift was my Gucci handbag that my husband got me for my 50th birthday. I use it all the time. And it's one that's got a thick strap that goes across your shoulder and also a gold chain strap, so you can use it, because obviously it's quite expensive, but it was for my 50th birthday, and because it's got the double strap, I just think if you are buying an expensive bag, to get the most money out of it, the most use out of it, I think it's really nice if you have like a double strap, because then you can wear it more casual but also for going out as well. So I think I'd have to say my Gucci bag. And do your family mind being on camera? Yes and no. My sister has occasionally appeared since she left the channel. She doesn't mind coming on, and my husband doesn't mind, and our son Harvey doesn't mind. So all of those don't mind being filmed at all. And Harvey quite often appears, and so does Richard, son and my husband. But my daughter Kaya, she will not come on for love nor money. She's 17 and she's not shy, but she's quiet, quite reserved. So no, she would not, no. She doesn't even like being in the background particularly. Occasionally I've had bits of her in the background, but yeah. So everybody's okay apart from my daughter, and she is a Tanya asked, how do you maintain a good figure? Do you calorie count and exercise? And also the same sort of question from Louise. I'd really like to ask about diet and exercise. Right, thank you so much for saying I've got a nice figure or a good figure. Thank you. So yeah, there is a few things that I do. So before I say what I do, I just want to point out that I am not a nutritionist of any description, but this is what I do. I don't calorie count. But what I do is I only have 2 meals a day. So I have what I call my brunch and then my evening meal. And I fast most of the time. Sometimes I'm meeting friends for breakfast and I don't, but most of the time I fast between the hours of 7 p.m. at night. So I always try and eat my last meal before 7 p.m. and then I try not to eat anything until 12 o'clock midday the following day. When you fast, you're not supposed to even have milk in your coffee. I do. I won't probably have anything to drink other than water after 7 o'clock, but I have my morning cup of coffee first thing in the morning with a bit of skimmed milk. The only things I drink really are coffee with skimmed milk and water. I drink a lot of water. I think water and coffee helps to make you feel full. So yeah, I have 2 meals a day, I fast, and I just try and make my meals relatively healthy. If you are a regular here, you will know that I'm a chocoholic and I love my chocolate. So I think if I try and make my meals healthy, it allows me then to have some chocolate, though I have cut down on my chocolate just because it was getting ridiculous. Yeah, I was a proper chocoholic, but I still do eat it. And I eat what I want when I'm going out for a meal, or I'll have a cooked breakfast if I'm meeting friends for breakfast. I don't calorie count, like I say. Exercise. We are lucky enough that we have transformed our garage. First of all, we transformed it into, it's an integral garage, into a dance studio. Because Harvey and Kaya both did dance. Harvey, if you are regular here, has just finished his degree in musical theatre. Kaya doesn't dance anymore. So we originally made it into a dance studio. And then when Harvey went to uni, Kaya gave up dance. We made it into a gym. So we have got an at-home gym. So sometimes I go in there, I do sit-ups, I do arm exercises because hereditary, my mum's the same. I've got really bad bingo wings. I mean, and they're still bad. And this is with me doing arm exercises every day and going on the multi-gym and doing my arms. So you can imagine how bad they'd be if I didn't. I'd love an arm lift, one of those arm lifts. Yeah, but anyway. And I also go walking. So again, if you want a regular here, you will know that we have got Bentley Hour Cockapoo. And I always try and go walking. So a little bit in the gym, not a lot, and walking. And just trying to watch what I eat and a bit of fasting. So yeah, but I don't calorie count, but I just don't try. I try not to be really pig out a lot. I don't, very, very rare do I drink alcohol. I am not teetotal. I will have a drink if we're going out for a meal or on holiday. I love a cocktail, but I'd never drink just in the house. So I'm not having calories in wine and beer and things like that. So yeah, that's what I do. But like I say, I'm no doctor or nutritionist. So, and then, Elizabeth Ann asked, where did you and Richard meet? And also Wendy asked, how did you meet your husband? So me and my husband have been married. That was another question actually from Claire. So I may as well put all these together. How long have you been married? So we've been married 24 years. We got married on 14th of February 2001. So it is our 25th wedding anniversary next Valentine's Day. And we want to do something special for that. I mean, 25, it'll be silver, won't it? So I'd love to do something special for that, but we don't know what yet. So yeah, I've been married 24 years up to now, and we was together for about 3 years, I think, before we got married. I think we lived together after about a year and a half, I think. We bought our first house, and then we got married a bit after that. And we met, just as a lot of people do, in the pub. Where I used to live. We used to go out and have a drink on a Friday night with my friends. We just met in one of the local pubs where everyone used to go drinking, and I sort of knew who he was anyway, because my friend went out with his friend, so they was already going out, and then me and Richard just got talking, and I basically made the moves on him. He said I was a little bit scary. I mean, me, really. I think I've just got that bit of a resting bitch face, you know what I mean? When I'm not like smiling, I think I have got a bit of that look, unintentionally. And so, yeah, I chatted him up and the rest is history. So that is those. And then Sue from on Instagram, because I put the questions on YouTube and also on Instagram, asked for questions. What is your favourite place you've been to and what would be your dream destination? Right, this is quite a hard one. I think possibly as a whole trip, the favourite one that we've had, or that we've had that I think is my favourite, is my 50th birthday trip. We did a 3-centre. We went to... which order? Let me tell you the right order. We went to San Francisco, then we went to Los Angeles, and then we went to Las Vegas. And we went for 17 nights in total and loved it. I think because it was something a little bit different. We'd never been to any of those places before. Loved Los Angeles. I loved what we did there because I loved like the Walk of Fame, you know, the Boulevard, Hollywood Boulevard. Went to see the Hollywood sign. We went on the bus trip where it was like this little bus. It was only us four and one other couple on this little like mini bus thing. And we went round to see where loads of famous people lived, saw all the houses. So we had a lovely hotel. It was called the Garland. Beautiful, quite boutique, quite small, lovely vibe. Just love the decor and everything. Beautiful hotel. So really enjoyed Los Angeles, really enjoyed San Francisco. Thought that was beautiful, loved all the trams and everything. Yeah, loved that, and really pretty, really nice. And Las Vegas. Las Vegas, I think it isn't a place I would want to go a lot because it's kind of like, to me, I wouldn't want to go many places a lot, anywhere really, because we do like to go and see different places. And we saw what we wanted to see in Las Vegas. We saw all the amazing hotels. We stopped in Caesar's Palace. We stopped in the Nobu part of Caesar's Palace. Beautiful hotel again. Yeah, so I think that would have to be my favourite destination, I think, out of everywhere we've been. I always thought when the children were little, we went to Lapland, and that was amazing at that time. Obviously now they're 17 and 21, but that was so amazing. If you've got little children, yeah, believe in Santa. That was absolutely, I always said that I nearly started to believe it in myself. It was that amazing. They made it that magical. So that one always sticks in my mind because it was just amazing, and we had an absolute fabulous time. We went on a reindeer sleigh ride, obviously met the big man himself. We did like went on I can't think what they're called, but they're like a jet ski but on snow. I can't think what they're called. We did that. So yeah, we went to somewhere called, I think it was Santa Village. Yeah, the whole holiday was amazing. So that's always one that sticks in my mind. And probably the first time we went to Disney World in Florida, that was amazing. When we went to Los Angeles, actually, we did the original Disneyland there, but just for a day. So yeah, I think those are all up there, I think, but probably as a whole thing, my 50th birthday one. And then what would be where would you like to live? Was it? No, what is your favourite place you've been to? What would be your dream destination? Right, I've got a few on the bucket list. So I'd love to stop in one of the water bungalows in the Maldives, you know, that are just out in the sea. I'd love to do that at some point. I'd love to go to Bahamas and go to Pig Beach and swim with the pigs. My favourite animals are pigs. I've always loved pigs. If we ever move, I'd love to have some little micro pigs. If I'd got a bit of a farm going off, and also some alpacas. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, Pig Beach, Bahamas, or water bungalow in the Maldives, Australia. I mean, I'd love to go to Australia. Fortunately, unfortunately, we haven't got any relatives out there that we could go and stay with, but I'd love to see Australia. Some different parts in Australia would be yeah, amazing. I'd also like to go back to America and perhaps visit some different parts of America. So yeah, I've got quite a few on my dream destination list. I call it my top tier holiday list. There's a few up there that yeah, we would really like to go to. So a little bit along the same lines, Wendy asked this question on Instagram: if you could live anywhere in the world, where would that be? Wow. This has possibly changed over the last few years. I used to think I'd probably quite like to live in America, but I just think it might be too far away for visiting people. I think possibly Italy. Either I'd love a sea view. Can you imagine? I mean, this is like a bit probably not realistic, but having a villa high up on some cliffs on its own, overlooking the sea. Love that. That would be a dream place. Or if not, maybe in the countryside in Italy. But I think possibly somewhere in Italy, but I don't really know where yet because I've not seen all the places that I'd like to see in Italy. So I'm not exactly sure where, but possibly Italy, I'd say. Yeah, I think so. Tanya asked, what did you do before YouTube? So YouTube is now my full-time job, but I worked for the police for over 25 years in different departments. I started all clerical jobs, admin jobs, civilian jobs. I wasn't a policewoman or anything like that. But I worked in traffic admin. Then I moved to fingerprints. I've worked in the fingerprint section, and I finished off my last department that I worked in before I left was public protection. So it was dealing with domestic abuse and child abuse. And I started off, I was supposed to be doing domestic abuse, which it was upsetting, don't get me wrong. It wasn't nice, obviously, but I could cope with it. I didn't used to go home and worry about it. But then they wanted us all, what was the word they used to say? Omnicompetent. Oh, that was a favourite. Omnicompetent. So basically, we did everything. So they combined domestic abuse and child abuse, and no, child abuse was not working on child abuse, and having to hear things, read things was just not for me. I mean, I didn't go out and see victims, like I say, it was an office-based job, but it was just reading the things. No, it wasn't for me, and I struggled on for a few more years. But yeah, I really didn't like it. I worked with some lovely people. It's always the same, I think, with jobs, or it has been in my career. You either like the job, but don't like the people. Don't like the job, but really like the people. So yeah, I worked with some lovely people in my last job, but yeah, I just found it quite depressing, and it really wasn't for me. And at that point, I'd gone part-time, and it was just not a job you could do part-time. It was so involved. The practices was just changing on a weekly basis. I mean, I've never known anything like it before in my entire life, in any job that I've ever worked in, how they used to change the practices, and it was just so hard to do part-time. So I had a little bit of a mental breakdown because it was when I lost my brother as well. And yeah, it wasn't a good time, and I'd already started doing this just as a hobby, and my husband, it coincided as well with my husband getting a promotion at work. Yeah, there was just a few things going off in my life at that time that I really couldn't cope. I wasn't coping very well at all mentally. I've been quite open about my mental health struggles in previous videos, lots throughout a lot of years. So yeah, I gave it up basically in the end. So most of my career I have worked within the police, within a clerical role. So basically that's that in a nutshell, or maybe it wasn't in a nutshell. Bridie on YouTube asked, any home renovations or decorating to do? Well, we have nearly finished now. Harvey's bedroom and Kaya's bedroom. In fact, I did say I was going to film those, so when they're completely done, I might film them as part of a video, because we had all new fitted wardrobes in their bedrooms. We have done quite a lot in this house. We've had new flooring throughout, we've had a new kitchen, done their bedrooms, we've had fitted wardrobes, we've done the panelling in here. So we have actually done quite a bit over the years that we've been here. I think we've been here 10 years, I think now, in this house. We would like to do some decorating. A lot of the rooms need touching up. We are going to be doing that soon. Just a lot of, painting basically is going to be done. But actual renovations, I'm not sure. We are, at the moment, we don't think we are going to live here forevermore. I'd love to have a house, really quite sort of out in the countryside, with a little bit more land. Our garden is quite small, and like I said earlier, I'd love to have like some more animals maybe, so that would be a dream, a bit more like a farmhouse style maybe. That would be the dream. So if we think we might move, there's not really a lot that we need to do here. If we don't move within the next sort of couple of years, we might do the bathrooms. They're the only thing really that we haven't touched as much as we've touched as we've done every other room. So possibly bathrooms, but not massive amounts. Though I've said that before, and then we've done things. So you know, who knows? But yeah, that's where I'm thinking about that at the minute. Jay has asked, which do you prefer, B&M or Home Bargains? Wow. This is a tough one for me, because you might know that I love both. I love a bit of B&M and Home Bargains. If I had to choose, I think some things are better for some things than the other one, if you know what I mean. So I think Home Bargains is better for having probably beauty items like face things and that sort of thing, moisturisers and that, though B&M have got all the L'Oreal, Nivea, Garnier, they've got a lot of their day creams and night creams in at the minute. But usually I think Home Bargains, because they quite often sell like the Revolution, the Inky List, that sort of thing. So I think maybe Home Bargains for that. But like for little artificial plants, vases, that sort of thing, I think B&M. I think Home Bargains is a little bit cheaper on some things. Do you guys think that, or do you think the other way around? I've noticed a couple of things have been cheaper in Home Bargains. I think if I had to say, I think Home Bargains, but I love them both. Gold Glitter Giggles asks, what is your favourite memory? Now, when I read that, I was like, oh wow, that is a really difficult question to answer. But I think, I've got lots of nice memories from when I was a child. We had a lovely childhood growing up until the age of 16, well, 10. 10, my mum and dad split up. And I won't go into it because that is not a nice memory. But we basically lived with my mum's partner and he was horrible. So up until the age of 10, fantastic. Then between 10... for about 4 years, not good. And then from 14 to 16, it was just kids and my mum. Fine, brilliant. And then at 16, my dad had a road traffic accident. Obviously, they was already divorced and he was severely, severely disabled. He lived in a nursing home. He couldn't talk. He couldn't walk. He was completely paralysed down one side. So I would have to say, I'm digressing, but I would have to say my favourite childhood memories are from when we was all there. So me, mum, dad, my sister Amanda, my brother Craig, who unfortunately has passed away, and my other sister Nicola, who has also unfortunately passed away, and my dad passed away. He lived in a nursing home for a lot of years and then he passed away. So I think from when we was all at home and we used to play Monopoly on a Sunday and used to love it. And Nicola and Craig, who was the oldest, so it went Nicola, Craig, Amanda, me. So I'm the youngest. And can you remember the old-fashioned, the big tins of roses that you used to get, or Quality Street, the big proper metal tins that you used to get? And they used to have the sellotape around. And obviously me and Amanda were the younger two. And when I look back, Nick, our oldest sister Nick, she had always had long nails. She was always filing her nails, had given herself a manicure. She had always had beautiful long nails. And she used to get, when it was on the run up to Christmas, she used to get where my mum had hidden the tin of roses, Quality Street. And I can remember this so vividly. She got it down. She pickled the sellotape ever so carefully off with her beautiful manicured long nails. And then we used to pinch. But her and Craig, they was allowed 2 roses or Quality Street because they was the eldest. Me and Amanda was only allowed 1. So they helped themselves to 2. We helped themselves to 1. And we did it a couple of times on the weeks, or 2 or 3 times on the run up to Christmas. And I can remember my mum opening them then at Christmas and saying, oh, these Quality Street, you get less and less every year. And we was all just like, so I could just remember that. That was so funny. And I can remember grassing my sister up. Nick again, poor old Nick. We grassed her up, me and Amanda did, because when we was young, she used to bath us both because my mum worked a lot. And I can remember she washed our hair and me and Amanda grassed her up because we could smell cigarette. She smoked. She smoked for quite a long time. She gave it up as she got older, but yeah, and we could smell cigarettes, so we grassed her up for smoking. We all can also remember anytime she went trotting off down the street, we used to wait for her to go out of our bedroom window. Me and Amanda shared a bedroom, and we used to be up against the window. We used to say, Nick's gone, Nick's gone. And we used to go into her bedroom and we used to be looking through all the things. She had like a paperweight, because she was like 16, 15 at this point. And she had a paperweight that was like rude, and we always used to laugh at it. It was like a man and a woman on top of one another. And we was, and yeah, we used to, can you remember those ping-pongy metal with the little balls on the end, and you used to knock one and it used to not, go like that? Sure you know what I mean. If you are my age, I'm sure you can remember them. Oh yeah, we used to go and play on that. Was never allowed to touch anything in her bedroom when she was there. I mean, we was really annoying. I would think for a teenage girl, we was quite annoying younger sisters. In fact, I know we was. And I can remember one day, I played with that much. It got all tangled up. And if you remember, if you got one of those tangled, it was a nightmare. And I thought, oh my God, Nick's going to kill me. I can remember my mum coming in, oh, I've messed up Nick's thing. Oh, we got it undone. My mum helped and we managed to get it undone and it was all fine. So those are all favourite memories, just of the 4 kids being with mum and dad. Holidays, we always used to go on the train on holiday. My dad worked for British Rail, couldn't drive, and we always used to catch the train, but we didn't have much money, but we always went on the train to like a caravan site, Mablethorpe or Scarborough, and I can remember some things about the holidays. Yeah, play Monopoly on a Sunday, and my brother always used to be cheating and he always used to win. And we always used to laugh about it when I was older because I used to hate losing. I'm not actually bothered nowadays, but I used to hate losing when I was a kid. And with my brother cheating and me obviously being the youngest, so I was probably the worst at it anyway. I used to go and sit on the stairs. Oh, please Jesus, please Jesus, let me win at Monopoly today. Just silly things like that just stick in my memory. So anyway, I'm so sorry I've waffled on for so long. It's just, when you get a bit older, it's just so nice, isn't it, to reminisce about when you were younger and you had all your family. And yeah, so anyway, sorry I've waffled on. I'm moving on. Sarah from Instagram, you have been very open with your mental health struggles in the past. How do you cope if you are having a bad day? Right. So obviously, this is not going to work for anybody. But what I find is I love walking and taking Bentley. That really helps me if I'm feeling quite down. Also, shopping. Not spending a lot of money, but I love to go around Home Bargains, B&M, the more budget shops, and just pick up a few bits. Like, if like I spoke about my mug at the beginning of the video, I love mugs and notebooks. Now, I don't need any mugs, but like that, when I bought that mug, it was like £3, and that just brought a smile to my face. And I just think, if you can do something that isn't going to cost you a lot of money, that just cheers you up, even if it's just for that morning or that afternoon, and if it's a few quid and you can afford it, why not? So I love to have a look around the shops. Like I say, don't spend a lot of money, just go window shopping, maybe buy myself a new mug, reading, walking, definitely. Maybe watching something on telly. I just try and do as much as I can to keep myself going. And I know how hard that can be sometimes when you wake up in the morning and you just want to put the cover back over your head and don't get up. I know how that feels, but I just try and think that if I'm starting to go down, the way I see it's like a black hole. And if you start that slippery slope down into the black hole, if you're still sort of at the top, if you can try your best just to keep out from going any further down, then that's just the best bet, because I think the further you slip down, it is so difficult to crawl out when you're at the bottom. So I just try, again, I'm no professional. This is just personal experience. All I can say is what helps me. And just getting out and about, I think, is the main one. Going and having a look around the shops or walking, I think, would be my main things. Yeah. Right. Alison, I'd love to ask you which face products or makeup you use as your skin always looks dewy. Oh, thank you so much. Now, I've got a few of my favourite things down to show you, because I thought it was worth showing you, and it's not sponsored. This video is not sponsored. I'm just showing you some of my things. If you want, I could link them below in case you want to look. So actually, if I link them on Amazon, I would get a small commission actually from if anybody orders anything, because I'm part of the Amazon Associates program. So I will actually say that if I link them on Amazon, yeah, just for transparency. But I've picked out a few of my favourite products. I love this product. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand. So it's a highlighter. I have also had like the rip-off ones from Primark and also TEMU. But this is the Charlotte Tilbury one. And I just put a little bit on my nose, a little bit there, and there. So love that highlighter. I'll whisk through these because I know my video is bound to have been really long. Love the Garnier Vitamin C Serum. I love that. Just a serum that I put on in the morning before I put my moisturiser on. Now, I don't know whether it is necessarily these products that are making my skin dewy, as you put it. I mean, that is lovely to hear. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's all I can aim for. But yeah, these are the products that I like and maybe are helping. I love the Elemis Superfood, the Midnight Facial. Elemis, so it isn't cheap. I mean, it's gone now, hasn't it, Amazon Prime, but they had so many deals on. But you could always put them in your basket maybe and maybe see if they you know, if they have any deals on them anytime. The Tan Luxe Super Glow, this is like to give me a bit of colour. So again, it's not cheap. I think it's about £30 this bottle, I think. But yeah, I love that. And Aldi, they haven't done it since. They did it once, like a fake, a rip-off of this, and Primark. But I haven't been able to get any of those recently. But this is the original, if you like, the OG. The Tan Luxe Super Glow Hyaluronic Self Tan Serum. So you just put a few drops and rub it into your face, or you can mix it in with your moisturiser, and it just gives you a bit of a glow. Also, love this. Now, I've just when I was looking for this, I noticed that I think it's been discontinued, but Amazon, I've still got it. So I am actually going to go and order myself one when I film this video, because I haven't got much left. But apparently it's been discontinued. It's the Ole Henriksen Transform Plus Fat Glow Facial. So it's a face mask, and I love that. And then probably, I don't know if this is helping, but I thought I'd show you this. I'll link this. This is off Amazon. This is really expensive. I have to say, I was gifted this. So I was very lucky. I'm not sure if I would have bought it, but, you know, the questions there, so I'm just going to say what I think might help. This is the Amiro LED face mask. It is fantastic, expensive, but you know, I was lucky enough to be gifted it. But they do a lot of LED face masks. I have heard, I can't say I've used it, obviously I've only used this one, but I have heard the shark one. I heard somebody who I follow on Instagram said that one was really good. So I don't know. Oh, that's it actually, guys. I've answered all the questions. So I hope you are still with me. I hope I haven't waffled on too much. I'm so sorry if I have. I hope you are enjoying this longer video. So that is it. I won't waffle on anymore. But if you have enjoyed the video, please click the like button. Please keep your video requests coming in. And I will see you all very soon in my next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye.